So here I've laid my garlic on this little picnic table, and you don't have to completely separate each individual garlic bulb from the other so they don't touch. It might take a little longer to dry if you don't. I just kind of try and spread it a little bit. And we're gonna let it sit there for a few days. And you're gonna ask, well, how long? It depends on how dry your area is. If it's a humid day, it might take a little longer. If it's not as humid and you're somewhere really dry, like Arizona, a day or two. If it's windy, that will also maybe dry it up faster, even if it's a humid day. You're just gonna have to keep an eye on them, and I'll show you what you're looking for. So what you wanna look for when drying out your garlic is that this outer sheath or covering is going to be brittle. If you look at it now, it's kind of like wet paper. Just like wet paper. It rolls up. It's soft, malleable. You want it to be dry and brittle. And what's going to happen is after we trim up the roots, this will be dry and you can just wipe off all that dirt, and underneath you'll have this beautiful clean garlic. And I'll show you how to do that in another video. It's been about 2 to 3 days. We've just been sitting here on the table outside on the deck, and we're going to check to see if these are dry enough to move to the next step. So let's see, this one has a lot of dirt, and we're just gonna gently rub our finger with this, and you saw how that just kind of peeled off. It's crumbling. Let's check this one. Not quite. Oh, well, see how that's nice and clean underneath? I'm just gonna, oh, you can hear the crunch. Let's check some of these others. Oh, here's that little stabbing incident I had when I was trying to pull these out, and I just wasn't careful enough. That's what it ends up looking like. So yeah, try not to stab them. But if you notice, this dirty part is just coming right off, and so I think these are ready for the next step. Let's check this one. See how that peels right off? Now, if you have spots like this where it doesn't want to come off, that's okay, because you're going to dry it a little bit more after we process the next step. See how that cleans it right up? Yep. Said got a little bit of dirt there. Not a big deal, because they're going to continue to dry. Okay. I think we're going to go ahead and start the next step. So for the next step, we're going to trim, clean, and tidy. So first we're going to trim this long stalk off of the garlic. I like to give it about 2 to 3 inches. You don't have to be exact. Let me switch hands. I'm doing this one-handed, so it's a little harder. You can also use pruners. I just happen to have garden scissors, so I use that. So that's about 2 to 3 inches. If you do more, that's fine. If you do less, that's fine. This is just a good size that stores well, and it just works. It just works. Next, we're going to trim off the roots. Your roots should be pretty dry. See how some of it is falling off? We're going to just trim it down, like so. So this is going to clean it up. Continue pulling some of this stuff back. So I'm going to do it all the way around. Let's see if we can do it this way. And there's no perfect length. You just want to cut them down. This will also help clean up some of that dirt. See how that just flaked right off? That's how we clean that off. If you try to use water to wash off the dirt, that can create mold and start to rot your garlic, so you don't want to try to rinse those off. That would be a bad idea. Look at that. Beautiful garlic.